fight. Because she won't win against me. Because I've already checked all the spots where Tiger normally tags. There's no black mold. None. I know that for a fact. I don't either. Just a little, not too much. Go ahead, go ahead, go and bitch to my older brother. Go ahead. Anyway, back to what I was doing, and I do apologize for the interruptions and the delayed start. Hope you realize Justin's gonna come home and he's gonna bitch. Yes, I know, but I'm gonna flat out tell him. Justin, bitch.
Excellent lap. We're really pleased.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves of our top three: Schumacher, Hamilton and Charles Leclerc. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow.
First of all, congratulations. You must be thrilled.
It's always good to qualify at the front, isn't it?
How's your grid penalty going to affect your strategy going into the race? Do you think this team are performing as well as they could do? Great. Well, that's everything.
So, unfortunately, we've picked up some grid penalties, and we'll be starting further back than you expect. As for how bad it is, that'll depend on what the other drivers get.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Albon, Sebastian Vettel, and...
Okay, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks. Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can. Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected. That's what we like to see at the start. Well done. Nice work, that brings you up a place. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Let's use overtake and burn some of this energy. We pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down. Okay, you're in the top 10. Okay, watch the aggression, please. We don't want to lose places because of a penalty. Two cars in one go. Great job. Really impressive. Okay, we've got plenty of energy. Use the overtake button and have a go. gap ahead is 1.5 seconds. Fuel is looking really good. You're managing it well. Great maneuver. You made it look easy. Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilize some of this energy. Advise moving to Mix 2, fuel to Mix 2. Lewis is in for a stop. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs. Be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now. target is +1. Faster engine modes are available. Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button more. Push now. We're boxing this lap. Complete. Go now. We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've had an eventful morning. This is... yeah. Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. Had a very, very eventful morning. Very eventful. Yeah. Fight with one person, and just, it needed to be done though. We needed to speak up for ourselves, so. And that's why I've been muted this whole time to stream. Sorry. It's just a lot of stuff that we're having to think about and contemplate because we gotta be ready for when my older brother gets home now. Yeah, and I guarantee you her claim is simply as it. We don't work. Why are we bitching at her for something that should be done if you don't work? One. Yes, I know it should be done. I'm forgetful as hell. You should know this.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's probably already, he probably got the text from her and probably looked at it and said, So I either go home and yell at them for something they've probably already corrected, or I let her be angry. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. No. And while yes, it may appear that I don't respect
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Justin and Dad to an extent, to the extent that they want, the thing is I don't do it intentionally. Yeah, I just, you know, when I get overloaded with shit, which is why I say I have worse stress than you, is because a lot of the things that are going on in my life and what I'm thinking about in my life, there's not just one avenue or one path that I'm thinking about. Yeah. Yeah.
of spare energy. Use your overtake button.
We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Yeah. Which is the same reason why their full album together is on my Spotify playlist. Because, yeah, I'm the opposite. I've taken every song that she loved and they're on my playlist pretty much. Yeah, no, it was coincidental. I woke up with it, and it's like, what the fuck? I think... And I've just said to it, it's fate. It's fate. The song is fate. I've literally... Because the first thing that I was thinking both of those days was... You should be here. And it's like, yeah, you should. It's a good thing when you have music that you can go to remember. That's why Rascal Flatts, how they remember you is so perfectly written. Because it's not an if question if they remember you. Yeah. They've not confirmed yet that they're done yet. They're waiting patiently, like everybody else. Which, speaking of which, if you're curious, Brad and Carrie were on the Opry the other night. It's up on YouTube.
We're a +1 lap with extra fuel. Fuel target +1.
It's actually quite cool. Of course, Brad is there just to duet everything with Carrie under the sun, pretty much. But, hey. Oh, it was hysterical. Them two, I don't know how the CMLUs are ever going to replace them. Yeah. Just need to dial my mic back just a little bit here. It's just... It was hilarious to watch. We'll get past this. Justin will understand where we're coming from, and you know, the moment he understands the fact that I already know I screwed up, thank you. That does register that I screw up. What doesn't register is the fact that, you know, I still forget. Yeah. And if, to an extent, you could say I was gullible, because I didn't have to actually tell her. I could have just turned around, walked back downstairs, cleaned the cat litter, and never said a word. She should be thankful that I did say something, so at least they know that, you know, this has occurred, and now that you need to put these up. Human nature is two things, and kids will tag things regardless of what you do. That's why you gotta keep stuff like Tupperware and other things put away. Yeah. It's part of the reason why my riding may start back up soon. Even though we're getting to the end of summer and we're losing nice, cool days, I'm getting to that point where it's starting to feel like that's the only escape I have right now. Yeah. It's... Well, at the end of the day, too, after this, I'm actually probably going to end up playing Destiny because it's the only shooter that I actually enjoy playing when I'm just irritated. But Destiny was the saving grace game for me. Because I got it just before Mom passed. But yet, what's funny is I got the game just before Mom passed, but when Mom passed, I didn't play the game for months. But then I played it for almost a year straight. So I get comfort in the game, even though it's changing in ways that I'm not probably gonna like, but my life changed in a way that I didn't like, but there's not a damn thing I could do to prevent it. And honestly, the one thing you could look at Justin too and say is respect is a two-way street. You know, you want us to show you respect, you gotta show us respect. We will show you the same level of respect you show us. Same here. Thank God. Yeah, she butted into a situation that was not hers. I think it was the back off bit that she was really pissed about, because it's like, that's just a blatant disrespect comment, and it's like, no, it's not. You need to understand something. Like, my mom raised all three of us. Yup. There's a lot of reasons why Justin is super independent. I remember all the things that Dad has told me time and time again about how Justin was doing this when he was this age. He was doing this when he was this age. He was doing this when he was this age. Justin has a different father, which means in a part of his blood, he has different genes, which means he got a more independent side where, and you know, he got the non-mental side, really. But when shit needs to be done, does shit get done? At the end of the day, you ask for this to get done. Does it get done? Yeah. If Dad turns around and says, well, the grass isn't cut. Why is it not cut? It's rained the last several days. Even in the morning, the ground was still damp, which meant it rained overnight. Which said everything I needed to know for today.
Lewis is in the pits.
Oh. Well, then go back up and do whatever now that you have internet again. Pretty much. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. You treat like with a cop. You have to show the cop the same level of respect you want to be treated with.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
A perfect example is when I had that incident that happened at 6 o'clock in the morning, where it was prodded in the shoulder. I went to Lizelle that lunch period,
Release, release.
and I just calmly asked him, can we speak privately for a moment? I have an issue that, I know you can fix. And
Okay,
he's
stay
said,
clear of the
yeah,
white line
follow
on the
me
exit.
over here.
You'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
And I told him, and not only did he not say a word until I was done telling him what had happened, the first question he asked was, are you okay? That was his first question. Lizelle was one of the best cops. The only other one that I will admit wasn't that bad of a cop was Officer Cooper, which was South End's police officer. He wasn't that bad either. Because I had a few conversations with him and a very, very long time friend from Woodworth, because somehow our paths crossed at Thurston again, and something was going on in her life, and
Is looking really good.
she wanted me to sit down with the officer with her and talk about something, and he obliged and allowed it, and, again, respect. Anytime you're dealing with police, it's respect first. Although I'm pretty sure that if an FBI agent walks up to you and says, we need you to come with me, I'm pretty sure your instant reaction is just, okay, what the hell did I do? Because that's just... Oh, trust me. Dad said that, when Noel showed up at the airport about, the girl that was coming from Africa, Dad's first reaction when he saw him is, what's going on? And that first reaction, Noel knew immediately that my dad was already on the same page that something was amiss. Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, the adult comment, is actually from one of the many books that I've read over the things. You know, that we're both adults here. We're not kids, we're adults. Yep. Yeah, same. Although I take more disrespect than I dish out to other people. Because I'm a good person. You know, I don't feel it's necessary to attack or show disrespect even if someone's disrespecting me. I know. I know. Jeez, we're 34 laps into this. My god. Mm-hmm. Even though it's a TV drama, but... Oh, yeah. Oh, Dad knows that there's things from the show that I've learned over the years. But... Ryan, be mindful. I was 6 years old when 9/11 happened. I saw every event. I didn't care past that point. But I will also say that that day has scarred me for life. You were born 3 days later and you were the best blessing we could have gotten. You were the, as one would put it, you were the shining light through all the darkness. Mm-hmm. That's why me and you have always gotten along real well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, once we were all separated off and everything else, it was a different, everything changed then. When Mom passed, everything changed again. But I will tell you right now, if Mom was still alive, I don't see Ellie actually being in this house. Yeah. Just because of the pure amount of cleaning alone would have drove Mom insane. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And that's how I've always cleaned. I'm literally... The main reason why I was getting out of the house so much when Ellie first moved in was because the amount of cleaning she was doing was driving me through a wall. Because I was against a lot of it because of the heavy-duty cleaners she was using. Yeah. Yep. Sense of entitlement, as I like to call it. Yeah, she started doing it to me, and I was like, okay, wait a minute. Don't get me wrong, she had every right to bitch at me about, you know, showering and that stuff. She had every right to. That's common courtesy shit. That's fine. But there's other things that, you know, even when it comes to when I say that, you know, other people can still take the kitchen garbage out. Hello, that's not me trying to be disrespectful and get out of the responsibility. It's me saying, you know, we're a family. You know, we take care of everyone. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, which actually dialed them back quite a bit into a state that actually made it more controllable for us. And what Ellie did today just sent us backwards quite a bit because she overstepped a boundary that is not hers to step on. What I love is that she took Emmy's toys, all this stuff, all that stuff, and everything else. But she didn't even take her dog. Like, her logic is mind-boggling. Oh, yeah, she's probably fleeing to a friend or whatever. Yeah, no. But the way she left, she was mad, and mad in a way that we may not see her tonight. At that point, it's not our fault. That's pure being petty, and that's not our... You know, that's... Yeah. Just a little. It's not that we don't mind you saying, you know, was it taken care of? You know... Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Yeah. Although, we'll find out kind of quickly, too, though, if she will be home or not. We'll find out kind of quickly, too. Because Justin will come home and bitch at us about why is Ellie not willing to come here. No, just look it up and say she overstepped the boundaries. It's almost more like saying, don't act like our parent. Because she's not. She's not blood. Thank God. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Robbie's not as bad as what Mom and Dad made him out to be. In terms of the baseball related side of him, yeah, he wasn't as good as what he could have been. I got the worst godparents out of all of us. One doesn't even know I exist, truthfully, anymore, because I don't even know where she's at. And, well, Dwayne is Dwayne. Yeah. So the only one you have left is Sharon, which is funny as hell, actually. Not the greatest, but, you know, Jason at least tried. Yeah, my godparents were completely absent-minded. Oh yeah, great, he paid for my laptop. Then you wonder why I don't treat it the best way I probably could. Because it's a small resentment I have on Dad's brother. But yet, I was the one to be the first one to jump on the fact of going to see his dad after his heart attack in the hospital, even though I knew Dwayne and them were all going to be there. I still jumped at it because that's family. Yeah. Family comes first, above all else. Which is why I'm kind of glad that, you know, you do realize that there's a likelihood that Dad will be home the rest of the week, right? You have to figure all the driving too, because those all count. Yeah. Then a full day yesterday. Yeah. Probably tomorrow, but definitely not Friday. Which would be an interesting thing when you think about it. We're all... we couldn't get that dream. We can't get that one. All of us in the same house on the same day, just like it was 19 years ago. The only difference is that you're in the house. You weren't here for another 3 days. That's why I will never forget your birthday, by the way. I mean, granted, I'll never forget Mom and Dad's either. Pretty much, yeah. Well, passcodes, hot codes. Codes that people don't see because in things they shouldn't see. Yeah. But what were the things that me and you attached us to Dad with it? NCIS, and then his taste in movies was actually the main reason why I hooked in with Dad so much. Actually, with Dad, it was CSI and NASCAR early on in life, and then, you know, NASCAR went to the wayside, and now it's, you know, NCAA. Yeah. Yeah, but again, it's just... We'll just have to deal with whatever Justin comes home with. If he's mad at us, he's mad at us. If he's not, well, then we obviously, you know, we won the fight. I don't think he will be either, but just be ready for it just in case. But you've been down here for almost an hour. Just sitting here talking about this, so let's move forward. We need to focus on finishing this, and then probably we'll just go and shoot some Fallen or something in Destiny for a while. Yeah. Dad knows immediately that I will resent Allie very quickly if she keeps doing that. Dad knows the bond that me and Mom shared because it's a very similar bond that him and her shared. Yeah. You got more the independent side. Yeah. Where I got more... Truthfully, you actually got more of Dad's side. I got more of Mom's side. Yeah. Which both of us graduated on time. Yep. But again, you knew you screwed up. And you owned up to it. When my grades came out that I failed the 2 classes that I did, I knew I screwed up, but at the same time, I knew I did the best I could with what limited teaching I actually got. Oh, Mr. Reese was such a fun teacher. Yeah, and immediately he would have gotten the fact that, you know, that you were learning something. Because I did still learn shit from him. Because it was an important class to take. Yeah. There is a reason behind that, and I know the reason, and it's because he didn't necessarily have the cleanest language. There was a reason why his class was only a junior and senior class, because junior and senior are 17 to 18. Yeah, but Mr. Reese would swear in class. Not at students, but just to prove a point, he would say certain things to... But I made it clear to Dad, too, that Ellie is not an issue if she doesn't want it to be an issue. When I was at the tree with them. Ellie's not the issue. Her moving in had no effect on me. No effect. But the things that are affecting me are the things she's starting to do and act like that are things that only one person is supposed to fill that role. And if Ellie wants to claim that, oh, she got me to start showering every other day. No, she didn't. Yeah, it wasn't her. There's a bigger beast behind the reason why I started doing it. The living room. Ellie likes spending time in the living room. Well, if I spend time in there at night, you know, the one thing Mom always said to me, was to shower and that stuff and everything else to, be mindful to her if you were gonna sit up in the living room. Well, guess what? It cycled back around. But, we have our boundaries for a reason. Anyway, Chow, just to fill you in a little bit, on what the hell is going on. There was a thing that was brought up this morning about something that's a normal chore and a normal thing for me to have to do that I had forgotten to do the last couple of days, and one of the cats had tagged something they shouldn't have. Needless to say, it ended up leading to a fight, and comments were said, and now my brother's girlfriend is not only at work, but took a lot of shit with her when she left. To the extent that I don't even know where she's going to be staying tonight, because she overstepped a boundary that we have set because of one person. A person that's no longer here, but we have that boundary for a reason. But, again, yep. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. But outside of that, I've raced from the rear in this race, and as you could take a look by the engine wear, it's a brand new engine, except for two components, and they're the two components that wear the least out of the group. But yeah, the Kinetic's been wearing more this race than I would like by 2%, but that's only because I've been using it pretty much all race to maintain my lead. Yeah. Yeah. So go ahead and go back up, Ryan, and don't worry, I'll be ready if needed. And it's simple as this, too. We're not mad at her directly. Yeah. Hey. Hey. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Yep. Like I said, go up and do what you're gonna do. Keep dwelling on it, and it's gonna drive me actually up a wall. Although I'm already up that wall and about 10 feet higher than that wall, but that's because I'm a specific way, and yeah. Mm-hmm. Inevitably, the issues with my internet this morning, just to fill you in on that, was apparently during the night we had a power blink or some sort of thing, and the switch got locked up that provides that our internet modem is all plugged into. Well, I reset all of the equipment, and then my internet came back up. So, thus problem solved. So yeah, that's. If I would have known it was as simple as that, I wouldn't have ever posted the messages that I did this morning, and we would have started at normal time. As a matter of fact, I probably wouldn't have even been upstairs when the things were said. Probably. But that's beside the point. And it's worth noting, Chow, in these fights, as I like to call them, or things that were said, it's not me saying them. I knew what I did wrong, and I knew what responsibility caused what occurred to occur. I knew what my mistake was, and I knew the consequences to said mistake. So I went down and fixed that mistake. Past that, I didn't feel that conversation needed to happen. So what did I do? I shut the conversation out. If you're gonna nitpick me for little shit that I do and screw up on and this, that, the next thing, then we have no reason to talk. And I've been doing this to my dad and my older brother for years. Because it's so much easier for them to just have their say and let their say come in and stick in my mind, and it does stay. But it's not like I don't hear them. I do hear them. But, you know, I'm comprehending the fact that I did screw up. Already. I'm already doing that. That's, you know. You don't need to berate me about, you know, this, that, the next thing. Which is what she started to do, and the main thing, just to finish this whole thing, the main thing was she started making comments about potentially getting rid of our cats, and no, not your place, you're not the parent. Stay out of that conversation. Just, that's all I'm gonna say. You know, just because they tagged one thing and they, you know, a week ago, because the cat litter wasn't maintained properly per se, they tagged the sow, and then she's berating me this morning about them tagging this thing, and then she's berating the fact that, oh, we need to get rid of the cat, or something, or they need to be caged at night, and it's like, no, and no, you don't have that right in this house. This is not your house. But that's, in short story form, that's what spoiled the disaster. That is why she left very, very angry. And you know what? Let her be mad. Let her be mad. Because at the end of the day, we are who we are. I knew I screwed up the moment I saw the thing that my cat or my little brother's cat hit. I knew my mistake. I knew what I didn't do. I don't need anything more than that. So, anyway, 5 laps to go. Let's finish this shit.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
interesting. For now, it does. And I'm going to say that when I came home that day and found out that the door down here, after the ride to the tree and all that stuff, when I came home that day with Dad and knew that the door was all of a sudden locked, which amazed me, but also told me, wait a minute, she does not have that authority. Yeah, but she way overstepped there. I didn't, you know, I was gonna say something to Dad about it then, but it's like, it's not worth it then. Yeah, but what he didn't expect was what I did. That's why I'm glad that we both came home at the same time, in the same vehicle, after a conversation that needed to happen so he could finally understand where I stood, which is why he backed off quite a bit on me. Yeah. All he asked of me was that I do this thing, and this thing before he got back.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Use your overtake button.
Register the fact that you know what your chore is. I do register when my chores need to be done. Coincidentally, how I knew that the one bottle chore that I normally have to do because I leave my bottles down here, I knew it needed to be done, but why was I in no hurry to do it when they were starting to clutter a lot of the space? Because they weren't cluttering the spot that I knew I could get away with until... it got done. Same thing with down here. I knew once it started filling in the spot where my dad puts his feet up at night, that I needed to take care of it. I knew it. It's not like I don't learn. It's just that it may take a few... Which, speaking of which, is she in your room? Has she been let out at all? Okay. Well, I would still check on her, you know. Yeah. Yeah. But in other words, though, too, Chow, I'm gonna put it this way. We are gonna be playing Destiny because I need to just get some shooting out in a first-person shooter that is not Siege, but that just has a big enough open world for me to calm myself after all the events this morning. Oh yeah, and she bitched at us about frickin' me texting my dad telling him that the internet was down. I texted him to let him know that there might be an issue that he may have to come home and fix. That he would be coming home to because he's coming home today from New Jersey. I wasn't expecting him to call me. I was just giving him a heads up.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, the last bit of the text actually said I was just giving you a heads up. I wasn't expecting him to call me and have me actually fix the issue. I was prepared to have to, you know, not have internet all day. I was prepared. I had plenty of games for that. Needless to say, it was one of them that needed resetting. Yep.
Nice work, that's P1.
Yep.
Race win, well done.
From last to first. Which, by the way, I gained 8 positions off the start, so, yeah.
That's a spectacular victory then, and with it, the championship is secure. It's been a magnificent season, and they thoroughly deserve the cheers of the crowd here today.
Yeah.
Andy Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car...
Oh, but it is worth noting, Chow, when I was in traffic, it was a struggle for me to get through the field. Like, genuine struggle. Like, my car did not like being behind anybody else. It loves that clean air. Two problems. Cords. Primarily. The pedals and the power cord are all behind this desk.
Commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the construction.
Yeah, I don't know what shape they're in.
For the whole team.
And with this wheel and those pedals, the wheel doesn't react the same with those cords that it does with the ones that are on this one. It's a lot looser. The force feedback is a third of the strength.
Yeah, I know. I don't like that. Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
But yeah, now we're gonna just for a little while
Top two positions.
go and kill some stuff in Destiny. Probably with her close or something. I don't know.
Do you think that grid penalty was justified?
That's the right answer.
You were cutting your way through the field during the race.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Your teammate had a great race today and was rewarded with a podium. Do you have any comments on their performance? Appreciate your time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Their last cup was 2003? Hang on.
The last time they were in the playoffs was that far was, I think, before Eisman.
In 2004 they did win the cup.
No, they did?
Yeah. The year before was New Jersey. So yeah, it's been 16 years since they've won a cup.
Yeah, no, it's long overdue.
Oh yeah.
It's still overdue for us because it's been about 11 years now. Actually,
2008.
2007-2008 season, which means
It's been 12 years since that cup.
yep, because once the season starts in October, it'll be 12 years.
Yep. Although, are we sure it's starting in October? Are we sure about that?
I don't know.
That's what's got me so miffed about the sports coming back. Like, even F1, when it came back, I was just hoping that they would be done before what would be the minimum they could actually go to, which was just by the end of December, which is where they are ending. It's just before the end of September or December.
Which, surprisingly, the Tigers are actually doing well this whole entire season.
What do you think of this?
Yeah, no.
That's the funny part.
I don't find it funny. I find it dumb as hell.
I know, we're actually doing well without the fans in the stands.
Yeah. Sports, man. Sports. And then you wonder why I don't pay attention to most of them, but hockey.
That's why my Twitch name works, my Discord, all of that stuff works.
Why do you think the first part of my Twitch name has changed to F1 Andrew instead of...
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Me will always probably be the Red Wings first and the Tigers second.
Yeah.
It'll always be that hard for me. And I even told Hilla, hey, that's probably never going to change in the next 10 to 20 years. Maybe even longer. Yes, it's almost been 10 years since I had that name, because it was about 2011, 2012 when Justin did it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But that will be it for this... for today. Just... We're almost done with my second full season. Yeah. Go do what you're gonna do. I'm gonna get ready to pop in Destiny for a bit. Shoot some mythical creatures. Whatever you want to call them. Because that's just the only thing I want to play right now.
I understand what Justin said. The fact that she's not our mother, but her intentions are like our mother.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing that Justin
He will, don't worry. Today we'll write up some other things in him too. Because he wants us to like her too, but...
I know, and the fact that when all the fact said that,
And she resented or went against and left does definitely raise some questions for him. Yeah. Because when in doubt, when it comes to when I need just a shooter, Destiny's a pretty good one at that. Even though it's not.
in that deep back, which a lot over the years in the NHL. In the future, that's the only game that helps people relax. And that's something I need to do. I need to look on Steam and see if they actually have one of the NHL games that I can get.
They don't. I've already looked. All the EA stuff is on Steam now, and it's not there. There's no NHL. I wish there was. Yay. Here's all their stuff. Or at least a fair majority of it. Interesting. That's...
Oh, by the way, I also hate EA. Yes, at the end of September, Star Wars will be officially on DLC for Sims 4.
That's funny.
I know.
That's funny, man. Come on. That's hilarious.
They're already freaking Star Wars in the game.
Yeah, because they can. Oh, why does 5 have a fucking update? Eh, jeez. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much. There hasn't been much on your side. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Which... yeah, that can happen sometimes with map mods. Which is why I've stopped using... why I don't use map mods for, ATS. I don't use map mods purely because it's broken saves in the past. It still does in a way, and I don't play much ATS anyway anymore anyway because it's too fucking boring. Yeah, it's essentially my fleet too. Although my Mac's got a fair few miles on it, but well, the thing is from the cockpit you can't see that chrome grille. Yeah, I don't even look at the nose at that point. Like, I literally put it to just the one side, the blind side spot that you can't see from the cockpit. Or from the driver's seat. I always set it to the blind side of the, so you can actually just manage that way, because that's all you actually need to manage. Yeah, I don't either, so... Why do you have a fucking thing for me now all of a sudden, you piece of shit? Mm-hmm. But to give you a litany of what they're doing, all this is changing next, on November 10th, all of this. Every single bit of it is changing. So yeah, I'm real happy with Bungie. Mm-hmm. To the point where, things like, let's see here, seals. That one will be gone. That one will be gone. That one will be gone. And I believe the last one is, I don't know. I think it's that one that will also be gone. It's really weird. But there's a few of those that are leaving the game and being content vaulted for a while. And then they're redoing a bunch of other shit too, and it's just... my friend has a point in the fact that the game is no longer what I want it to be, but the game is also not in the place or doing things that, you know, I remember the game for. But, you know, in time and when the
Don't
expansion...
get too distracted
inevitably comes out and we get the new worlds, I may have a small change of heart then, depending on the subclass thing. But for now, I do not respect
I
Bungie
am at your service.
on things. Ooh, it's an exotic. It's gotta be that one. It's gotta be. Or it's that one. No, that would be, Oh yeah, I finally did get the masterwork for this finally done. By the way. Devil's Ruin, such a shitty gun that was. But it will be something that it supposedly will be useful, next season, I guess. In the new world of which I'm losing way more than I'm gaining. I'm dead serious. By the way, we are in I made the comment to my friend yesterday. I made the comment to Tucker yesterday. You know, what is stopping Bungie from taking my recluse from me on November 10th? What's actually stopping them? And considering they're willing to take away these triumphs, all these different triumphs, at the start of next season, what aren't they gonna take? I literally said to him, if I log in on November 10th and my recluse is gone, I will never play this game again. Legit, never. Granted, in his eyes, that's a good thing. For me, it's not. I still find enjoyment in the game. I do. Even though when I hate Bungie's guts, I still find enjoyment in the game. But even when it comes to Revoker, losing Revoker next season is going to be hard for me. But at least I'll get to keep my Drudgeon title, because the Gambit's going nowhere. So, let's go to IO. As, the thing I need to do is on IO. God only knows what exactly this is going to be for. It better be a good weapon, Bungie. Kidding. I don't really care at this point. Like, I have my armor set that I'm happy with for now. And, it will probably be my main armor for quite a while anyway. Because I don't really care. Except the helmet will change to the correct one, which is now possible because of that. And now that I don't have to run a specific subclass, I could go back to running my arc setup, which is primarily melee focused setup. But I'll give Bungie credit. At least they gave me a freaking masterwork for my beloved bow. I love freaking Trinity. So at least I'll have that for, you know,
System is doomed.
November 10th. So at least I'll have that at minimum. Could they have made this any fucking easier? Like, already? Like, Jesus, Bungie. Like, I literally have to travel less than 2 feet to go and do this first step. I know it's only the first step, which is why, you know, I'm not looking forward to it. Still. Doesn't change the fact. Ugh. It is weird playing this on a much bigger monitor. I could see a lot more shit and way more of the gun all the way. Even though in the resolution it's still the same. Seriously though, Bungie, how am I gonna replace this gun? Like, they're literally, that's part of the reason why I'm hating this new expansion. Outside the fact that it's already showing shades of Forsaken, which isn't a bad thing, to say the least. Because, as you know, I love Forsaken. I bought it. I bought all the DLC up to this point. I bought because I actually enjoyed it. You know, I did. This new expansion, on the other hand, I'm not 100% sold on, because some of the things that I didn't like about, you know, the Moon expansion was the fact that the new enemy types, the anti-barrier champions and that shit, I'm not a big fan of that. I understand why they did it, because it does add a, you know, more challenge to the whole thing, which is great. But for someone like me, who was so used to the game being one way and basically being able to run and gun basically everything, that definitely did not please me. I mean, I have Recluse now, and literally next season I'll have defaulted for God knows how long. If I actually want to hit power cap, which is always my goal with the game. You know, that's why I still play it, is to get to that power cap at the end of the day. But I mean, Io's gonna be gone, so I mean, this is one of the things too. Like, I'm losing a planet that I've come to time and time again to just kill shit. Bro. Hate this gun sometimes. Or I hate that gun. I hate sniping sometimes. Into the Pyramidion. Oh, wait a minute. Are we giving freaking... They couldn't. There's no way they would do that. That would be mean. If this is all for the gun I just had a thought about, it better not be, or else I'm pissed. Complete the Pyramid Strike and collect scan traces by defeating Vex anywhere on Io. Okay, that's first. The Io thing is first, because that's faster. The strike is... Well, no, the strike is actually faster with the good set of people. Which, that's almost impossible to get a bad group. most of my strike runs when I was doing it for the armor took less than 10 minutes. Every time I did it. Every time I did strikes, they were less than 10 minutes. Except 2, I think, because of the fact that it was me and one other guy that were doing it. Which I don't even know how that happened, but we managed. But this should be a Vex lost sector, if I remember rightly. Yep. So far. Okay. Just out of curiosity. Just out of curiosity. 37,000. 30. Yeah. I will be pissed if I could log in that day and frickin' this gun is not in my inventory. I will be pissed. Very, very pissed. And I don't trust Bungie enough for them not to do it. I can trust them about as far as I can throw them, which is not far. At all. So. That's why Yubi is still my top dog, because Yubi has not done one thing yet that has pissed me off beyond belief. Even with the Division 2 damage changes that they did. No, that didn't piss me off nowhere near as bad as what you thought it would have. As a matter of fact, it actually made me happier because it made the game harder. Doing that. Yay, now the strike. Which really I probably won't have to do much of anything for. But just be there. And I know what you're all thinking. Why would I upgrade this and the Hammerhead there if I can't use them next season? Because there's always a reason to do it. Primarily the fact that there's still weapons that I use from time to time. Not as much as I used to. As a matter of fact, the whole power weapon class I really hardly ever use anymore.
To find Brachion, the Vex mind that transformed my arm. It's your duty to exact vengeance on my behalf.
We always get the low pressure gigs.
will say though, this is a new effect. On this mission that I've never seen before. I will say that.
Doors open. Where can we find the Genesis mind?
In the self-organized criticality of the synthoneural terminus.
What?
No one knows what that means, Asher. Just make your way inside.
Yeah, no shit. I'm like, what? He said it all so fast too. It's like he said it 1,000 times just to practice. Like, that's what it's irritating about it. Okay. This is not how I remember this room looking. So obviously there's a reason for all this looking different, and that's to do with the quest. This is one reason why I still love Bungie.
Odd. We're monitoring the Pyramidian's resonant frequencies as you explore. I thought I recognized the voice of Osiris. No.
See, and it's not a bad bow to use. Even though when I'm moving slowly, it's still not a bad bow to use.
I have not spoken to my old fire team since the accident, nor have they spoken to me. And so we prove the resilience of camaraderie.
Nice freaking timing!
We're analyzing live data from your team, and brace yourself. I believe our Jensum scribe is genuinely confounded.
Inaccurate! I have never been confounded in my life. should now be entering a Hilbert space, if the Taken have not misaligned the Pyramidian space geometric intuitions.
Gesundheit.
I did not sneeze, you fool. It is an infinite dimensional functional space. The Vex often... Oh, why am I wasting my breath? Now be arriving on the shores of an inscrutable radiolarian lake.
Oh, not a pit?
What pit? There is no pit in the Pyramidian.
But there is a pit.
Yes, silly me. Here's the lake now.
But there is a pit. And it's a pit I hate. No, I'm kidding. I still love the game to some extent. It's just...
My projections show that you've reached the synthoneural terminus at the center of the lake.
Maybe the lake is a metaphor.
Summon the Genesis mind. Destroy it. Make it suffer. And it is not a metaphor!
We'll get that Ingram back at some point.
Rakiel, Genesis
because you
mind,
still get a,
no more.
What's this next one? Bring me its arm. I wish to hang it in a place of honor. If it's been destroyed, bring me the ashes. I have constructed an urn for them.
Unexpected guess, heroic. What? Huh. So it's back to Io. Wait, right? Oh, there it is. Why do I have a bad feeling that I'm not going to be able to solo this? I'll be pissed if I can't. Because, like, it's supposed to be an adventure, but it's appearing like a mission. And not a fun mission.
Guardian, my agents report that the Taken are gathering at a Cabal camp near your current position, but we have no idea why. I would appreciate your insight.
So what if the Taken are gathering? They're not bothering us. With a little peace and quiet, I might be able to do some real work.
The Taken are an army without a commander, Asher. If we leave them with a little peace and quiet, they might crown a new king.
Very true. But they haven't yet, and they're probably not going to, because from what I'm gathering too, is that the next expansion will be mostly Hive focused by the looks of it. Which, don't get me wrong, I don't mind the Hive, but yeah, I much prefer, as long as we have, you know, all the enemy types. So, you know, with the new worlds, I mean, you could even implement Scorn and that stuff because everybody could get to Tegel now. So you could even put Scorn on some of these, on the 2 newer planets that are coming. I mean, like, the new expansion I'm not going to be looking forward to in one way or another. But as for the planets, well, they're kind of, well, they have a big void to fill by themselves, and that's the void that they have to fill is called PvE void, as I'm gonna call it, because they gotta be able to give me the same excruciating fun that this game, a planet like IO and them give, or the period of time that IO and, you know, Mars and that stuff are gone is really going to suck a lot of ass. Don't get me wrong, never really hung out on Mars too much, but Mars did help me get the matchbook Catalyst finished because it was a convenient planet to go to do it. Which I haven't even used that gun that much. Yeah, I've gotten 5 kills with it since I masterworked it. Yeah, it's just not an auto I like, to be fair. Speaking of which, I do have bounties here that I do need to finish. Rocket, Scout, Linear, and Cannon. I do actually have a full chrome shader now, by the way. If I so wish to use it. It's because of the armor set that I'm wearing. And from the Solstice event.
We found a scary portal. It's big, it's full of stars, and it smells like ozone.
A portal to the Ascendant Realm. The Taken world lies beyond that veil. A new power must be seeking entrance into our world.
Yes?
You should be able to directly manipulate Io's hyperparticle dimensions to collapse the portal.
Sorry, what?
Your hands! Use your hands to pick up the energy.
Why couldn't he have just said that the first time? Like, why does he gotta make it so much more complicated? Hmm? I know.
Now what?
Bring it to that portal. You're fighting entropy with order here. Move!
I'm pretty sure that's our whole job description.
Shadows grow darker in the presence of light. Fight back, Guardian.
Oh, fuck off. Fucking thralls, man. These guys are so bad. I knew a lot of it was gonna happen during that period of time while he was out of town. But we'll deal with it as it comes. Because that just gives me hope. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. This pistol actually has overflow on it as a thing. Yeah. Oh, that was a waste of a super. Oh well. Don't care. Don't care for the supers much at all anyway.
Hurry. Whatever is on the other side of that veil has to know you're trying to seal it in.
Hey, that was a hell of a grenade. And that was a hell of a melee. When in doubt, melee. But yeah, the Solstice event was okay. It was about as good as what it was last year. But I'm just gonna put it that way because that's the easiest way I can explain it. Because it was identical. The only difference was the challenges for the armor. And they were very minor changes to the armor. Ones that were actually, in a way, a lot easier than my previous set of Solstice armor that I actually enjoyed more.
Ikora, something's coming through.
How deliciously unexpected.
Oh, what the fuck? That's one of the moments I hate this fucking game because it's fucking bullshit. Where was this fucking thing? And if they're fucking behind me like that, why the hell? No, fuck off. Get out from behind me. Die. Thank you.
Hey, team? The screaming thing from the abyss is dead.
Good.
That creature was the servant of some higher power. I fear something has claimed Oryx's crown.
Yes, let's move on. Your intuitions were correct, mine were not, and the Guardian's prowess in battle was adequate.
I love how he says my prowess in battle was adequate, but not freaking good enough to please him. Like, the fuck is wrong with him? Like, I don't see him out here battling with me. Although that would be cool. And something way worth my time. Now, is it going to return me to the planet, or is it going to return me to the orbit? Nope, it actually returned me right back to Asher Mir. Nice, thank you. It makes life so much easier.
Ah, hello.
I'm officially disappointed.
Try not to fall over, Titan. If you are staring at my arm, leave. Now!
Yeah. That's disappointing. Bungie, come on. You're better than that. Why is it marked as an exotic quest if I'm only getting legendary weapons?
And so once again, I must endure the torture of collaborative science.
Something tells me, though, knowing Bungie well enough, I know the reason why I equipped this sniper rifle is for a specific reason. And it's because of what I think if they did what I think they're doing, may be useful to me. When I go to IO here. Definitely a mistake to run double shotgun, just saying. Double special, but fuck it. Why not? Alright? Like, why not? I don't use shotguns much anymore anyway. Hive Knights defeated in lost sectors. Okay, that's easy. As a matter of fact, there's a lost sector right over here. If you've ever wondered how to get here. I hate being on Titan though. Titan's probably the only planet that I'm going to agree with Bungie's removal. And that's only because its frame rate has issues. And the primary reason why it's a mistake to run double special is because I don't actually have any special ammo finders. And I don't believe... okay, I could get one. Just change that around. To that way. That's fine. Not that it'll help much. Oh, hi, buddy. That's a big night. That was the night they were mentioning. Okay. Oh, jump shot, headshot, freaking what? Now that's how you kill a knight. Though, seriously. It was a cocky way to kill a knight, though, too. Because, well, let's just say it's a dumb risk to jump like that into a boss when you don't know if it's gonna one-hit him or not. Tech collected in, wait. So I gotta go over there, so I'll fetch her over here then. I'm actually gonna go back to my Sunbreaker setup that I like a little bit more. That's why I took the helmet off. But see, now that's helpful. But I'm also going to do this, too. See, that's how you get ammo. And that's how you don't have to reload. Although this right here is convenient, so I can get my super before I go into this area to kill all this shit. And if you're wondering why I'm running, it's because I do a lot more running in this game than I do using my Sparrow anymore, because it's more fun for me to run. Even on a planet that I can't stand. Although my frame rate is steady, for once. So, obviously I'm doing something, right? Hold on, I'm doing something. I'm just checking my quests here. So auto rifle, linear, auto, fusion, RPG, scout, and RPG again. I don't actually have a scout rifle on me. Interesting. But I do have a fusion, and it's my favorite fusion. And may become my weapon of choice if it needs to be next season. Now, festering is this way, I believe. The day they give Yolton a catalyst is the day the game literally is dead for me, because Yolton is kind of one of those guns that doesn't need the catalyst because it's already super powerful because it's an explosive round that it fires, but at the same time, and I mean it's literal one tap for the damn thing. At the same time, I could understand it. You know, on ammo or maybe fire rate or something like that. Oh, of course it just has to be a fucking ogre. My least favorite of the hive. Recommended power. Interesting. That's a bug to shit. Just wanted to make sure. Now apparently there's 2 here in this section. Oh yeah. Hey buddy. Such a good gun. I'm gonna print screen that just in case. If I need it for something. Why the fuck did it spawn me all the way back here? It is way too far back. Now what's the next step? Tech fragments from what? Defeating Hive? Defeat Hive ogres, wizards, and knights on Titan to collect tech fragments. Fuck. That's annoying. Actually, no it's not. Because I already know where to go to do it. And how to do it. And where to go for it too. Nope. Leave me alone, Taken. You can stay over there. No, most of this I can actually go to that first last sector you saw. Because there's like 5 or 6 knights in that. And I can go there and get most of what I need. For it there. I mean, technically I could just do the strike and I would get it too, but my way is faster and the strike is boring and annoying. Although, if you get the right grip, you can actually one-tap the boss. With the right weapons, you can one-tap the boss. Although, if my understanding of something that's changing in one gun, you won't be able to get from what I've been hearing anyway. I don't know how true it is, but from what I've been hearing, Burden may not be gettable because it's directly affiliated with the raid that will be removed on November 10th. And like its first step is that raid, and I will disapprove of anybody who gets it any other way than in that raid. Because I agreed with that method after I figured out how you actually do it. God, I love this gun so much. Far too much. As you can clearly tell. Whew, whew, whew. Look at that red glow. I mean, it is my main PvP weapon, so let's be fair. It only became that because it's the only gun I can actually do decently with half the time. Yeah. God, such a fun game. It is still fun. Like, that's the one thing I will say, is the game is still fun, regardless of what Bungie does to it. It's still a fun game. That's never gonna change. Jade or Mita? Where's Symmetry? Where's Symmetry? There it is. Hey, I have Polaris that I still need to finish its catalyst on, but I'm not in the mood. So I think I'll go with Symmetry because it's still one of my favorite exotics in the game. That was actually a newer gun. Because it's, you know, it's a good weapon. It has, you know, a quality that was actually something that Bungie strived for. And lately, from, not that I'm gonna prejudge the expansion. No, I'm not doing that. Primarily because, you know, I can't. I'm obligated not to prejudge what hasn't come out yet. Let me put it that way. Because just, I do have a love for the story for the game. So that's why the buying of the expansion is a thing that I'm still actively debating. It only got worsened when, you know, the subclass was announced But if I load in on November 10th and I get the subclass, then I don't need to buy the expansion. That's kind of what I'm thinking. If I don't have it, or they haven't explained it to me, then I'll have to buy it. Which then I'll be pissed. Because that's wrong. We should have all supers available to us as free players, just saying. Which, if Bungie is smart, that's what they'll be doing. It'll be incorporated into like the first mission or whatever they decide to do for free-to-play players. Like me, who refused to buy the expansion as of right now. So one of my favorite things about this gun is here, let's just aim at a target and then, you know, it's still one of the reasons why I still like this gun, is because it's a literal, like, least skill weapon for accuracy. Well, hello, finally, the 1050 power weapon that I've been waiting for way too long. The 1050 that finally makes me 1050. Finally. God, that took forever. No, seriously, that one weapon would not drop for me. Like, at all. For the longest time. Okay, so what do we got left? Probably should go weapon dogs out, actually. 18 to 25. Okay. But I will say this is the highest my season rank has been in, quite a while, and I'm not happy about it because it's not what I wanted. This season has been kind of shitty in a lot of ways because, well, yes, the public event is fun. Let's be honest, it's dull as hell. Like, I enjoy Gambit to the extent of I enjoy Gambit. Literally, that's how much I enjoy it. I don't enjoy it at all. Anything that I have to do with people specifically, I don't like doing, including strikes. Even though, and I will do them to get this frickin' exotic because I am that frickin' picky. 19. So I'll just run through and kill some random hive. Still hate how much blue armor I get, to be fair. There's more than enough legendary armor that they don't need to give people like me who are capped out, blue armor. There's no reason for that. Blue armor and blue guns, nah, just give us legendary. So much easier. Because at least then we actually get a benefit to dismantling them. Which is legendary shards, which I clearly don't have enough of anymore. But if I went through my vault and destroyed half of it like I need to, anyway, I need to wipe my whole vault out again. Because it's packed again. Which, conveniently, I said to Tycho, if I don't get 1,000 item vault in this next expansion, I'm done. Like, because it's bad enough already with the amount of gear that I have already to being able to store what I want and then being able to keep what I have. It's primarily because very much like I'm power capped now, and I probably will wear the Solstice armor all the way to the end of the season. Next season, the Solstice armor will end up in my vault, more than likely. And then eventually dismantled again, because Bungie doesn't think about the fact that, you know, because if you made infusement cheaper, it would be so much easier for us to keep the shit we wanted and not have the repercussions. We face this all the time that it feels like. I mean, yes, it doesn't take much to get what's mandatory to get. Tech fragments are done. Cool. So we'll finish this run of this lost sector and then we'll do the strike. I don't want to do. Clearly I don't want to do, but but hopefully at some point I'll get an exotic from all this. But I'm trying to think, if they gave me a sniper for the first one, if I say they, you know, this is probably a multi-part, probably 4 parts total, each part being on one of the 4 planets that are going to be removed, or content vaulted, rather, on November 10th. Why does something tell me that they're going to give me 3 legendaries and then the 4th one on the final planet will be the one bit of the quest that I'm going to hate because it's going to be using those 4 weapons? It's very, very possible. I still have another truth that I can go get too. Still. Unbridle. Ingram at 1049, nice. Not that I care too much. The Ingrams for this season have been shitty. Most of them. Because they're just weapons that I already have or
This
have
is a
had
priority
and
rescue
don't really care too much
Designated
about.
ID Operation Caliban.
4 hours ago, I sent several fire teams to investigate a hive ritual deep in the arcology. Something severed our comms. They've gone completely dark.
The only one of them that I've actually cared about has been this one. And it's been an okay Recluse replacement. It's not Recluse in the very least. It's about 17 times worse than Recluse. About 17 times.
The Hive are either trying to keep us out, or trying to keep those missing Guardians in.
God damn it.
Consulting Vanguard
That,
archives on
by the way,
hive
this
rituals.
guy's got the
I'm getting a lot
Aurora
of
or whatever
hits
the
about
fuck it is.
death
Hey, I would have
experiments.
gotten it, but like that would have been last year that I would have gotten it, and it's because that there was actually silver bounties. Since they've gotten rid of those, it's near impossible for you to get bright dust.
I think alive is the
I mean,
bare minimum we
bright
should
dust
shoot for.
bounties. It's almost impossible to
So?
get bright dust, so
Are you
I
there?
didn't get it.
That
Which,
broadcast came from somewhere
needless to say,
Hurry.
is another reason why I'm pissed at Bungie.
Caliban? Caliban, are you
But,
there? Sir, they're not responding.
Up there, by that crystal. That's where the broadcast came from. That's void light in there. How?
By killing Guardians. How else? Right? Like... Yeah, if you don't know the plot of these strikes, you really have not played the game. Yeah, I know the plot of every bit of this game
anyone in
inside
here?
and out,
We're
pretty
here to
much.
help.
And I still
This
don't
doesn't add up.
care for a lot of it,
Where's that
in a lot of
Guardian
ways.
we
I
heard?
cared for the actual experience of completing the game,
Wait, hold on.
and, you know, getting everything that I've gotten. Most importantly,
It's some kind of
Burden, which I don't
summoning
carry on me
seal.
anymore.
There's a network of magic running deep into the arcology, powered by void light. They're using void light to summon something down there.
Hello? Is anyone there? I just heard somebody. Commander Zavala, can you hear me?
These are fueling that summoning ritual. Yes, we can hear you.
Wow, that's fucking out of sync by a lot. Oh my lord,
Let's
that's
get to a
bad.
better position.
That's really bad. It's only bad because we're actually moving so quickly.
Echo 3 here. Unknown
And,
fire team. Do you copy?
this shit used to not be this easy.
Are there others with you?
And now it's
No,
like
just us
literal
down here.
cakewalk.
came down here as a squad of 9. Got picked off one by one. Watched a wizard rip the light out of my best friend and funnel it into some kind of crystal.
They're harvesting Guardians. These are all Guardians.
Yep, sick. To having Mulligan on a LMG, by the way. Yeah. Basically, I just get basically extra ammo if I miss. So there's a lot of benefits.
I might have an idea. Let's find Takeo.
Run, 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 run. I can't run fast enough. I really wish I could. I know I could probably up it by quite a bit.
No, don't come down here. But there are no powered crystals in this chamber. What's plan B? I take it back. Together, we're gonna end this.
You have another plan?
Nope. Same plan. Give Sloane my regards.
That's that moment where you're like, God damn it, she's gonna kill herself. What a bitch. We could have saved her. We could have! That's all I think to myself, is like, how many people did we actually unintentionally kill? Because of one of these menaces. Cade. Although Cade was a cocky piece of shit though too, but still, that doesn't make it right. They, you know, the game had to kill him.
Herself. This ends here.
Nice. 2 cycle. Not bad. Typical boss run.
I don't believe they're dead. Keep trying.
Caliban in the blind, do you copy?
Yes, we're here. We took care of the hive. But those fire teams aren't coming home.
Yep. Because they're dead. That's disappointing. That one always irritates me because it's just like, yeah, they're dead. But you are kind of like, when you look at it, you know, they did everything they could to possibly save him. But at the end of the day, they're still dead. What the fuck was the point in the first place? Is where my head goes immediately to it, on it, because it's like, what the fuck was the point in the first place? $530,000 kills. Like, I've done a lot in this game. Probably more than you probably would think, with as much as I don't actually enjoy bits of this game.
Guardian, talk to me.
I mean, I needed to go back to the tower anyway. I got Ingrams there that are waiting for me. Yeah, I'm kind of confused though why they're giving me weapons like that on an exotic quest. That's really got me concerned. Because the yellow represents exotic, not legendary.
Let's begin.
I don't even want it. I don't. God damn you, Bungie. Because I know how overpowered it fucking is. And I feel like this is just a handout. I'm just sending the photo to my friend of it. I'm really not happy with Bungie on that one though. That really makes me feel just endlessly irritated at Bungie. Because the gun is not supposed to be just a handout weapon. It's not. but I literally just got it as a handout, basically. How am I supposed to enjoy that? When I know how good it actually is. Mindbenders is like literally one of the best freaking shotguns. It actually, no, correction. It is the best shotgun until next season when it can no longer be used.
What cipher
Which
is this?
what's mainly irritating me about that, by the way, is the pure fact that it's just just a bunch of stuff. I'm ending anyway because yeah, I just need to end anyhow. So I do hope you enjoyed, and I will speak with you all another day. Bye guys.